And they are off now.
Chances are they're both going to go straight to Link to the Past, although every now and then someone does make the off-chance play to check Brinstar out.
We won't be seeing that here at this point in the tournament. Honestly, it's just not worth it. So,
well, I have to agree with you there. There's 2 items down there, and there's like 20 out here.
And it's just better to go to Construction Zone when you can do everything. Same, both runners saving twin, most likely doing Houlihan. We'll see though. Elminster is saving twin to the house. He has high jump boots. So actually, ironically, so the other reason why it's not a good idea in normal mode to go down to the bottom, there's only 1 item in Logic with no items. But high jump boot puts both items in Logic in the basement. That means that Morph Ball or something like Moon Pearl can actually be in the basement and locked behind the rest of SM. So that is something very interesting to keep in mind.
Looks like our runners are foregoing the Houlihan check, but Caracarn is heading up towards Lumberjack Cave.
It looks like they both are, and this is primarily actually to farm bombs and money. And look at that, 4 bombs. So they start off with a slightly higher tree pole in this because when you zone in, the Otterok starts shooting his missiles, and those missiles are, like, when they break, they count as an enemy death for the tree count. Originally, people thought that the game was just glitched and, like, started you at a higher tree count because of the weirdness of having 2 ROMs. Turns out that was incorrect. It is actually just the Otterok's break in on screen when you enter into SM.
Interesting.
So, if you save and quit immediately, you'll probably get a different thing than if you were to check the thing. But since everybody checks the island right away, and then saves and quits, or goes to Uncle, everyone gets a slightly higher tree pull, either tier 2 or 3. We actually literally went months and months and months thinking it was just a bug in the randomizer. And until somebody was like, hey, actually, the rod's incorrect meant the tree pull, everyone. And that was like literally like a couple of weeks ago. That somebody was like, hey, by the way, it's probably actually this. So it happens, you know, you make an assumption and something, and the code for this is kind of crazy and weird. So
Well, we'll still get some blue rupees off a tree pool, although neither runner has enough rupees to guarantee a bottle vendor just from the free ones lying around here.
Actually, Elminster should actually have enough. There's gonna be 25. Yeah, there's gonna be about 35, and I mean he'll get a 20. It would be very crazy if he didn't get a 20 out of these chests. There's a 5. Caracarn has a very low chance of getting enough. He's going to need a 50 or 100. 2 bottles already. You might even see Elm come back in here just to pick up the money, but he might not opt to do that. He may just go to the well. But there's an argument to be made to just get those guaranteed 30.
Oh, it's really easy
wow.
to
Morphle already.
It is really easy to turn around after well and head back in the blind's house.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're very early Morph Ball and high jump boots. And there's 300 rupees, so both of our runners are good for their early chance that he may purchase additional bomb.
Well, the Morph Ball means I didn't roll the seed.
Well, the only person who rolls the seeds for this tournament is the Link to the Past, the Link to the Past tournament bot, programmed by Jay-Z. And it actually doesn't even run off the regular website. And there's a hammer.
That's right, the Combo Randomizer's creator Total is in the tournament, so his website was cloned.
Yep, it's cloned.
To ensure fairness.
Hosted on Speed Demon servers, and as far as I know, the main page is only accessible by that bot. we do get permalink seeds from that website, and it is a different website link than the normal seeds. Nobody obviously would think that Total would, but with money on the line, you know, you gotta take some extra steps.
So far, this deck has been amazing with both the hammer and the morph ball.
Well, funny enough, the hammer, everyone's always like, oh, it's amazing to have the hammer, but by itself, the hammer actually unlocks nothing.
It's your first weapon.
It's true. It does give you the ability to not require bombs, but it doesn't actually unlock progression. Because the randomizer assumes at all times that you have 10 bombs. No more, no less. But it does. There is a E-Tank. And it looks like Caracarn is going to forgo it. Elminster will most likely as well.
If I had Yellow Ghost, I would have gotten it, but I'm not walking all the way back there just for an E-Tank.
Yep, exactly. It's one of those things where if you're going in anyway, you do it. I am the kind of person who goes in all the time, especially in this randomizer, because even a missile pack is good. There's like 100 extra items that you want at that location. So it makes these out-of-the-way locations a little bit more important, because every item in Super Metroid is important. There's no green rupee or single arrow equivalents.
You see both items taking the standard South Shore route. Well, our first power bomb is we just opened up Super Metroid.
But no, yeah, so for people just joining, the randomizer always starts in Metroid. That's because the menu screen for Metroid has a controls-like menu that you need to be able to access as a runner, because everybody kind of built their own control scheme for this game. There's also a few special settings like Moonwalk and hold versus cancel for weapon swaps. Now, it looks like Caracarn is actually just going to use the gold B. It's not a bad idea. Wonder if Elminster... Yeah, he sees the B and he's decided. The B killed much quicker in that room for Elm. Spring ball.
I see the runners aren't using their net to get their B back.
Yeah, that's not worth the menu time. We ain't playing worst case scenario today. We don't need to recapture our Bs.
And Elminster just now when you reset the game, you start back at the ship.
That's correct. He is foregoing the rest of Link to the Past for now.
Well, with that morph ball and power bomb set, you can check a lot of stuff down here.
Spring ball. Oh, he I think missed every shot there somehow. He missed like both shots there. That's pretty funny. There's more rupee. Yeah, Caracarn might do the same, or he may go into the castle.
That's an argument to make for the eastern Chahazwala area.
That too. And we're going to see here the Alcatraz, which is a little... It's not really a stip so much as just a shortcut you can take.
And it saves a power bomb.
Yep. And when you only got 5, you gotta be a little bit careful. You gotta spend them wisely. Caracarn is often to be a little bit more efficient.
I'm getting that valuable second power bomb pack. That'll make adding Blue Brinstar much simpler.
Looks like he's actually going to opt to do Blue Brinstar from Green Brinstar, which is a little bit more common. It's much faster to do. Plus, he'll probably use that as essentially an escape method. But we'll see. You're seeing Elm's expertise here in Super Metroid. He's he's pulling out his missiles like to kill enemies on the way, so he doesn't have to get damaged.
That said, it's worth pointing out that that was a lamp up there in back of Gauntlet.
Well,
now it's not technically required, most likely, because these players are all good enough to do dark rooms, but they might need it.
That's correct. It might be useful as a fire source. It'll be interesting to see if they decide to go for it. I would bet it will depend on what the front item of of Gauntlet is.
Also, we missed Caracarn getting his first sword in SMZ3 in just under 10 minutes.
Ada is actually, yeah, possible. We have cape and sword, so it's interesting. But we're already in Super Metroid, and it is possible to enter the Dark World from Super Metroid. So we're not really close to, actually doing. There's flippers, actually. So that might actually be our Dark World access.
It's worth pointing out that's out of logic, and so is Aga, since the torch is out of logic right now.
That's correct. It requires a delayed and Elm is doing Elm is doing that. I mean, he wouldn't have soft launch, but it is faster, so that's called a quick fall. You do a turn when you're falling through the block, and you fall very quickly. How do you know if that is required? Well, you hit a point where the game has no other items left except for to do Aga, and then you know it's required. But generally, when you see early cape, early sword, and an early lamp, is generally in a decent indication. But again, as pointed out by Lachlan, it is not actually in logic just yet. And Elm actually pretty low health. I tried to farm up some health, got a missile instead. Why didn't he get the other 4 items? I'm not sure which other 4, but I assume you mean in Ice Cave, and that it's because he determined that it was not worth the time.
It's also worth pointing out that the Dark World access through Super Metroid, we still need the Moon Pearl for that to work. And in theory, the Moon Pearl could just be on the pyramid ledge. And you have to kill Aghanim and walk to there as a bunny. However, if they find a single glove, then they'll have regular Dark World access.
Oh, he didn't. Yeah, he tried to go for quick fall there and did not get it. Caracarn similarly.
Nice simple spore skip. By being in the right pixel spot, you take advantage of the Super Missile's acceleration properties to let it hit that block off screen. So we don't have to kill a spore spawn to get what is today an ordinary missile back.
It can still be required to kill Spore Spawn, but it's extremely unlikely in Combo Randomizer.
You'd have to think into the logic on that one, as I do not believe it's possible to acquire it.
If either your first super missiles or your first power bombs are at Spore Spawn, then you are required to do it. Or alternatively, actually, if bombs are at Spore Spawn, and you have and bombs lock all your other power bombs, it is possible. It's just extremely unlikely.
I'll call the logic doesn't make you go there. There's a chance that you'll be locked out if the item you need isn't there.
That is incorrect.
I know that's how it works with Morph Ball, because the Morph Ball cannot be there.
As far as I know, this is essentially Total's logic for the tournament randomizer. Or for full, I should say, not tournament. If it is different and I'm wrong, though I know that that's how it works for Varia, and I was pretty sure that's how it worked for other things. It's very, very, very rare, though. Like we're talking like I've never seen it yet, and I've been playing this for 6 months. Very nice damage boost. Oh, Elm tried to do a jump there, and having a little bit of a hard time getting the single pixel wall jump.
It sounded to me like he just wasn't getting the spin to activate properly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That just can be actually. That's actually pretty hard. And there's magic powder. Actually get in there with high jump boots.
Well, you can get into this area without high jump boots.
It's just not intended by the game.
By the game's developers.
Mm-hmm. As far as we know. Ooh.
It said he's a little low on ammunition for Kraid. We'll have to get some here.
I'll almost always drop supers if you have 0.
Well, he has exactly enough if he does it perfectly. For a quick Kraid kill.
That wait here for the ammo to spawn. Normally you wouldn't, but he does need the extra health. And gravity suit, so that's our Dark World access minus Moon Pearl.
Yep.
Actually, we may need grapple, ice, or speed. Yes, we do need speed actually to get to it.
Yes. Although in theory they could do it by using ice clips if they find ice.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, no, this is starting to inch towards a Dark World through Metroid. I'm picking up extra missiles. I think he's feeling something, and I think he's feeling having to do straight on with very limited equipment. Metroid room leads Dark World. The map room in the map room in what's it called?
Criteria?
Yes. No, the map room in behind the roly-polies. That's it. The roly-poly room. Oh, it's a missile recharge. I thought that was the map station.
That's a little deep into Meridia for it to be a useful map station in vanilla gameplay.
Yeah, there are some questionable design decisions in Super Metroid's map design, and we are on Death Mountain.
It may be out of logic, but there's a very high chance he will save the old man here. That just gives him a very nice save and quit respawn point. Although if Caracarn does this, he'll have a much easier time navigating this cave with the sword, as opposed to the hammer.
Interesting thing is that if you listen to the music, it goes dun 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 dun. When it does the like da 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 da, that's when you turn left. That's when you turn left, and then you hold down. You can actually time the this cave to the music, every time the music changes, like from the like do to the do, that's when you make a turn. It's very strange, but it works exactly perfectly. Try it out sometime. Close your ears, or sorry, close your eyes, and don't hold up the sword, and just do it based on the music, and you'll get through. I learned that from Seven Sins.
Now, unfortunately, without a mirror or hook shot, the only things left we can do here is check. We can see what's on top of Spectacle Rock, and then we can see what's inside the cave. And we have a fire source on top of the rock.
That's interesting that we now know where both fire sources are.
But which one becomes in logic first?
Well,
while keeping in mind that if they really want to, they can just go grab that torch whenever they want.
It's true. It'll be interesting to see where they don't have. I wonder if they will go through Red Tower and back to maybe do Fantoon with their equipment they have. They can very easily do Fantoon. Well, I should say
just walk right into Meridia.
Yeah, they're either gonna do Meridia, and it looks like that based on him morphing here. So he's gonna do Meridia. He'll probably do Meridia because there's no ice or grapple or speed. He's gonna do the Meridia checks before that lock, and then probably take the exit into Red Tower. High jump boots isn't enough to get very far. I have lost my screen though. Oh, there it is.
Well, if you go by logic, I'm sure that both these guys know how to do gravity jumps. Which you do.
This place is This place is pretty weird though. Like it's actually really hard to sequence break. Meridia. It's probably the hardest place too.
Well, they have
gloves.
They have spring ball and high jump, and those gloves are totally in logic. I believe they can get high enough by abusing the Mama Turtle. Maybe I'm wrong.
He's just kind of spring ball jump here, which I don't 100% understand how that works, but I don't understand how spring ball jumps work. But he's gonna do one. It's not required. Ooh, just barely. He is just going to use Mama Turtle here. Probably didn't do a spring ball jump off Mama Turtle. Very good. Spring ball jump. So those mitts are very interesting to find. I think they're considered sequence broken. So this jump is actually deceivingly difficult. That's actually fairly hard to do. It's actually not possible without high jump. Looks like Elm is going to gravity jump. Or damage boost? No, he got rid of that, so he could gravity jump. Very clean gravity jump. Wow.
He's definitely getting stuff out of sequence. Now, was Caracarn has decided to follow lot? Well, no, he hasn't decided to follow logic, because the flip is also sequence broken. Because they need speed booster to logically get those. Now, there is a hard mode logic you can apply, which, puts all this weird Super Metroid tricks they've been doing into the logic. But for this tournament, we play on normal, where you don't have to know how to do all of these strange but wonderful things.
To clarify, you don't have to know how to do them to complete, but you do probably need to learn a lot of them to compete, if that made sense.
Oh yeah, you definitely want to know Mock Ball, for sure.
Mock Ball, wall jumps. I've seen so many people ask for wall jumps to be removed from the Super Metroid logic, which is very silly if you've ever
They
played.
teach you how to do regular wall jumps in the original game.
It's true. But I've seen people ask for shines. Back when this randomizer first came out, there are some interesting stories when people came into the Super Metroid Discord and were like, hey, this isn't fair. You're just being elitist for making us do X and Y, where X was sprint ball jumps. Oh no, sorry, where X was speed boosters.
Let's say spring ball jumps that have a point.
Yeah,
the game
sorry.
never teaches you about those.
But it was
Shine Spark, regular wall jumps, not the special delayed kind.
it was shine sparks. Yes, there was a guy who got very angry that shine sparks were required by logic.
I believe Elminster
Oh,
is
he's
setting up
doing
a snail clip.
clip.
I believe this was discovered after the creation of this randomizer.
Possibly. It's
I know
weird
at the
to
very
do.
least it wasn't in Logic in version 9. Like even for hard, it wasn't. They put it in for version 10.
Snails are weird in this game. They're like ooze. Also, we're getting a flute. I missed where the flute was.
Chat
Oh,
is
waterfall
saying
cave. Thanks, Link Force.
Cave. We were busy being distracted by Elminster pulling off all these weird tricks. Thankfully,
I
Link
love-
Force has a solid will.
I love watching snail clip. Like, nope, you stop there, stop. You're just like, nope, snail, please.
And with
There
that
we
mag-
go.
And with that magic powder in hand, our hammer gives us our first actual unlock. Magic bat.
And now we're gonna be checking stand bits.
And the bat gave us nothing. And Caracarn's just heading back to Metroid. I believe that neither one of us has checked out Blueprint Star.
That is accurate, which is actually more common than you would think.
Alright, now we'll see Elminster. He'll probably just go through the sand pit anyways and walk out of this area. That's with that ice beam.
He's got stuck! No! That's hilarious. I've never seen that before. The snail was actually blocking him.
Caracarn
Whoa!
gets the speed booster. Okay, that just put the gloves back in Logic, as well as the flippers, since we had gravity suit, which means we could have gotten that easily just by wall jumping up that
That's
pole.
crazy. He actually obliterated that snail because he was mad at it. That's unfortunate for the snail. Wow, and the lamp, as somebody said. That is a very good find. Turns out that this was the way to go. Yeah, there's nothing here. He's actually leaving Meridia now, I think.
Yes.
What did
otherwise-
Elm found the gloves though in Meridia?
Yeah,
So-
we got the gloves in Mama Turtle room, so Caracarn needs to work his way over here at some point.
Oh,
But he has a various suit.
wrecked ship was the play.
Now the real question is, will there be anything in Next Ship after Phantom?
Yeah, and Lindforce correctly pointed out that we are in go mode for Super Metroid. Outside of not having anywhere near enough missiles. But I think we're only at like 15, 20 super missiles, so we're going to pick up a few of those.
Yeah, we need more
but that
missiles
is-
or more charge beam.
That was crazy. We may have to put off doing Lore and Warfare Ridley if we don't find super missiles on the way, but we could see them do. This is crazy. I assume Elm's gonna go to red ship from here, but we'll see.
And technically, we're not in Super Metroid Go mode until we get some way to get through Lower North area within the logic, which means we need access to Misery Mire to go through the portal there, or we need Space Jump to lower the lava.
Alternatively, we can just bring Date Glitch.
Yes, but I said within the logic.
Super Metroid does not operate on logic.
Elements are getting a Book of Medora.
I think it's hard to resend, and I would be surprised if he doesn't run right. Is also refilling. So, Elminster does run the new route for Super Metroid. Oh, he's actually gonna do Gauntlet.
Pulling out the delayed wall jumps. Now he does have to be real careful with his health. An asset is a killer.
Looks like he's going to grab the lamp.
It makes sense for him to grab the lamp because we still don't know if he's going to need it or not because Milo could be locked behind it.
Correct. And he may still think it's Ada, which I mean it's still to be. Moon Pearl is not found just yet. He went and grabbed 20 rupees. I enjoyed the idea.
He could be seeing a Zora visit in his future.
Now it'll be interesting to see if he goes to Blue Brin or if he goes to Red Ship. Because again, we know there's 2 items at Red Ship.
He also hasn't checked as much Link to the Past as Caracarn has.
I'll tell you he is going to go towards Red Ship, so. But, oh, yeah, don't refill again. Make sure he's got full health, full ammo for Phantoon. This is an ammo and health that he can do this boss with the Phantoon first route. But it is still very difficult. And he does have gravity, which reduces some enemy damage. And he will get Varia, so as of right now, he doesn't know that it's actually going to be a fairly easy fight, but there's another E-Team. I think that is Vanilla. There's the speed booster. He's probably thinking, well, that's not very good for me.
Well, now he knows it puts the item he grabbed in Lydia back into Logic, the gloves.
Sure. Oh, I'm not sure what he was... Oh, he was checking the item there. I see. Oh, it's just bombs. That's actually clever. I never thought of doing that.
So far in the post-Phantoon Red Ship, we're not seeing much value.
True. But there's still some items up here. Oh. Very nice movement, by the way, with the Spin Ball. Many Super Metroid runners agree that the Spin Ball is actually a very cool item. And unfortunately, it's just not seen in speedrunning because of its location. The category it shines in, though, there is a category it does shine in, and that is max percent GT, where you grab the maximum amount of the minimum amount of items to get to GT, the GT room, Gold Turismo, and then from there, you do the GT code, giving you maximum item, and then you collect the rest of the items. And this causes the counter to go up to 125, I believe. So at the end of the game, it says 125%. And it utilizes many sprint ball glitches and jumps and fun things.
So Caracarn's having a little difficulty checking that top item.
Yeah, it's I mean, I also do, but yeah, it's just bomb. I thought I saw that one. Oh, still, is it not just bombs?
It might have been Ice Beam.
If that's Ice Beam, nope, it
is bombs.
Yeah, it is bombs. I thought it was. I was very confused for a second. Grab the full heart. It's very easy to just skip things like full of hearts and pieces of hearts in this randomizer, but a lot of times people do run into problems where they end up entering into the past with like 5 hearts. And I say, wow, I'm in go mode now. I guess I'm go moding at 5 hearts. I don't know. How many of those seats have you ran into, Lachlan, where you're just like, well, I guess I'm doing expert mode strats. I did end a seat at 7 hearts with green mail. That was a very fun seat, actually. Sprint ball. These worker robots are quite annoying. Oh, Elm is not. Did we already see the item behind that statue?
I think Caracarn checked it.
Okay. Very nice from Elm. Getting the seal and clip.
Flute was in the waterfall cave.
Oh, he missed the one, unfortunately. He was trying for a good strat, and is unfortunately that plasma is not cooperating. Okay, that was a really cool sprint ball jump.
So unfortunately for our 2 runners, we found nothing of value in the wreck ship after Phantom.
I mean, in dual mode though, just on the way there is pretty sweet. For SM, I should say. Which probably just means we're just in 100% SM at this point.
Ooh, a second sword. Behind Alpha Power Bonds.
Neat.
The Master Sword is required to beat the game, as we need at least a Master Sword to hurt Ganon. Although our players would really like to have a Tempered Sword. I suppose Caracarn could just, head to the ship refill and then go down through Blue Brimstone and get to Murdia that way, which will get him his gloves. Which will catch him up. He'll get him the item that Elminster's missing. Or that Elminster has that he's missing. And even if we have Super Metroid to go mode, we're missing a lot of Link to the Past items.
I'd say that this randomizer actually probably does. Oh, unfortunately, Caracarn trying to do the speedy strat there, but fails it a little bit. He wasn't. There we go. So, oof. Very interesting using the Shine Spark to kill them. He's at 30 HP. Zone's already done all of this. So it'll be interesting to see if he goes back to Norfair from here, or goes back up. He could use the refill.
With his ammo count, I wouldn't be surprised if he goes ahead and grabs a refill.
Oh, thank you very much, Ivan, for the insight. Okay, yeah, yeah, you're right, there's the health refill at the bottom of red, so. I don't know how much damage these guys do with both suits.
So will Caracarn decide to be our first runner to go into Blue Brimstone?
Helm is going, yes, to Norfair, let's say. Probably to Ridley then. You know what? One thing I miss after playing some Zero Mission Randomizer not too long ago? Shine sparked in as a Morph Ball.
No one misses that.
It's one of the coolest things you can do. I really liked that feature of Zero Mission.
Caracarn having a little bit of trouble with the Alcatraz escape.
Oh, hey, Moon Pearl!
Yep, we have Dark World access. Sorry, everyone wanted to see Aghanim 1, but it's not happening today.
This is really working out to be a great seed. That was a very red Moon Pearl.
Yes. Well, the Super Metroid loads the color palettes based on what area they're in, and this can cause some of the Link to the Past items to look a little off color.
Yeah, it's actually very neat to see some of the variations. I've seen some very cool looking items, although it does cause a few items. Like I've lost one seed because I thought hookshot was the single arrow, so I didn't pick it up because it was a single arrow, but it was actually the hookshot. Hey, Spazer!
Everyone's favorite beam. And the criteria the shaft supers are just a piece of hunt today.
And wave beam is... Oh, I'll take it.
Until we find charge, we basically want all the ammo we see.
So we're gonna check here. Oh, an E-change, and it looks like Elm is gonna want that. Oh, Elm is going all the way back through. Possibly to do... Oh no.
He could be going through the ice beam area down to Caracarn.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or maybe he wants to go back into Meridia to take his speed boost to new and exciting places.
The reverse way through to Crotch is a little bit more efficient when you're item hunting. And missiles at Trumbull. I assume he's not taking that way, by the way, with the route he's currently moving at.
Now, if he was taking that, he would most likely have checked the ice beam item first. Ooh, Silvers in Billy May's room. While not required, they will substantially help out during the Ganon fight, as well as anywhere else that you have the bow and Link to the Past. As any enemy that takes damage from arrows dies in one hit, except for Vitreous, who takes 2.
And Ganon, who takes 4.
Well, yeah. I meant in addition to Ganon. But Silver Arrow Vitreous certainly beats Fighter Sword Vitreous. Oh, Grapple Beam, yeah, he wants that. Now we can check Shack Tool. Also, Caracarn has a nice chance to check the Waterway, which is often orphaned due to not having a speed booster when you do this early blend check.
Looks like Elm wants to do some Dark World first before he tackles the rest of Metroid. You missed the map, Chet, there.
He may still be unhappy with his ammo count.
That too.
May
as well.
If he can get some crystals here, he might as well.
And he can get at least one. And check a lot of overworlds. That might be his main goal. Check an overworld and then add a... Oh! Drop the bomb.
Speaking of Hyper Cave, we start off poor.
Oh, Wave Beam! Titan's Mitts! Huh?
Yeah, we got some
and a Power Bomb!
That's some pretty good Hyper Cave action right there. Wave is a nice damage increase, and of course Titan Mitts are mandatory. Waterway was just a regular missile pack, Link Force. I suppose it's worth pointing out that if Elminster picks up that lamp, he has an easy way to get into Lower Norfair rather than taking a long way through.
Oh, we're gonna miss the item in here. Oh, yep, we are. Feels bad. Into the dungeon we go.
Now, we see Caracarn skipping the X-ray, although he has the logical requirements.
The game is determined. Oh, sorry. The game is determined not to show us the frames where he gets the items. I'll have to keep an eye on his inventory. Caracarn is going to be able to do the whole thing here. Moon Pearl was... where again?
Moon Pearl was in Bubble Mountain.
Oh, so Terra is going to do this whole thing. Hoping probably that Moon Pearl is going to be up here.
Well, he doesn't have any gloves yet, so he's also open for some of those.
Right, so he's going to find that, but once he finds that, he's going to be basically, where's my Moon Pearl? There's a staring contest between Link and the skeleton there. Caracarn and wall items are not cooperating today.
The top left Bubble Mountain is known as the North Air Reserve, or Upper North Air Reserve.
I think, yeah, it's either called Upper or sometimes Bubble Mountain Reserve. Caracarn is doing this the not completely intended way, but it is not like unintended.
Yeah, Shine sparking your way up there is in logic.
It's in logic. It's just it's a way to get up there casually. And it's funny that a lot of these tricks that, you know, some people are like, why is this day included? This is so complicated. How would I ever know about this? They were all just included in the manual. Unfortunately, people these days don't know what a video game manual actually is.
Well, modern games don't include one in physical form.
That's correct. I remember it's funny to play. I think I was playing Shin Megami Tensei 4, and it's one of the the first games. It was released in like one of the first years where people stopped releasing physical ones, and it actually had a disclaimer that said, "This game did not come with a guide. Please read the online manual attached to the game file or attached to your game file on the 3DS." It's very interesting to read because it was obviously it was still a new thing to not include them at all, even in the 3DS game.
The first round of that game actually did ship with some sort of physical thing. Atlas.
Oh,
a lot of
so it was a
games,
later build then. Huh.
A lot of Atlas games came with some things fancy in the first build. It was like half manual, half artwork stuff.
Yeah, the copy I have gives me a disclaimer saying, "Hey, we didn't actually include a manual in your version, so you don't have to read the manual because we expect it."
Yes, that's enough manual talk for now, as Elminster works his way through Thieves' Town, and Caracarn discovers that he needs energy to shine spark up to the snail clip items.
Oh, it gets hit by the snail, which stops it. Now. I don't think he ran out of energy because he was at 67, which is far higher than you generally...
He bonked his head on a stationary snail, which acts as a platform, and therefore has its own kind of wall.
I believe that the number is 27. And Elminster defeated blind. Not getting much out of that dungeon.
Well, we get our first crystal.
True.
57 minutes, 40 seconds. Now, the real question is, will Caracarn check Shack Tool? It's a lengthy check, but there is the possibility that something good is there. Well, Elminster's going to do some more Southern Darkworld checks. We got the digging game. And for now, at least, Caracarn is not checking out Shack Tool. Maybe he'll do it on his way out. It is hard to check without space jump, but with high jump, it is doable. Unless you're doing suitless Shack Tool, in which case then you definitely need space jump. And a whole host of other items.
Okay, and hello, Mr. Softlots Super Metroid Runners.
Although I do note today that he is a completely optional boss. Since we have everything we need to get to the dark world, to the portal in the dark world, he'll take us behind this guy anyways.
Caracarn does not know that, though. There's a nice E-Tank just before Dragon. We'll take those.
If there's grappling beam, you should have no trouble killing Dragon.
Not sure. I guess he was doing that to farm? Probably. Don't Shine Spark in sand, by the way. Or on top of sand. Question about how bad this would be if this was an old bosses, old dungeons run for both games for Super Metroid, and let's the past runners would this be? Well, you defeat 8 or 9 out of 10 bosses in in Link to the Past, and you defeat 4, usually 5 bosses out of 9. Sorry, 5 or 6 bosses out of 9. So in Super Metroid.
The main changes would be, finding the morph ball bombs would be another ice rod situation. You'll need to wake up the bomb Chorizo.
That would be about the only thing. So it wouldn't actually lead to anything, interesting due to Bomb Chorizo. It would also mean that you'd have to fight Spore Spawn, and Spore Spawn is pretty much agreed upon that the boss itself is not very interesting.
See some simple grapple beam strats on Dragon here, while Elminster is making some Skullwoods checks. He can't beat Skullwoods now, but he can check many of the item locations, because we got 2 items in the dungeon. So other than some additional ammo, we don't find any real value in the back end of Meridia. Although he can now check the plasma room. Although there's nothing in there that can be enlarged, because he has no logical way to kill the enemies inside. I'm sure there's some crazy short charge strat out there, but the game does not account for that.
Unfortunately, I think that the total ammo counter can't be added due to space limitations.
Yes, which is also why certain important Link to the Past items, such as the flippers, are missing. Tracker.
Looks like Caracarn is looking to go back to Link to the Past to reset. Sure, he remembers he's a bunny. Hey, we have a map check now. Oh, we had it before. Master Sword on the ledge.
Interesting. Caracarn's gonna go ahead and check. At the very least, the old manhole, but he also might go into the Hyrule Castle. Elminster has dived back into Super Metroid. Whether it's Quagmire or Lower Norfair he wants, I cannot say for sure. I've had some blue mail in the castle. It's not required, but it is of nice safety. So they cut most of the damage he takes in half.
Elma is doing a bit of a gravity jump. Doesn't know that this is all in logic. Hey, mirror! Ooh.
That is a required mirror, by the way, since Swamp is a crystal dungeon.
What was that uncle? Was there a weapon at uncle? No.
It was an energy tank.
Oh, that's Dang, I wouldn't have even done this route early. I a lot of the times will do castle early, but there was no weapon early in the seed.
We talked about that in early hammer.
But that would not before going to the
Ultra
village. Yeah, I'm talking like first 4 item. I do uncle first in the combo randomizer. Which is strange, because I am staunchly anti uncle first in normal.
Caracarn has the lamp. He could have gotten the Dark Cross through him if he wished. Meanwhile, we see Elminster performing a Green Gate glitch on the left. It's one of those tricks that takes advantage of how super missiles work.
Does he have enough missiles? Oh, okay, well. That works too.
Caracarn is going to check the Dark Cross room from behind. That's just, he didn't know where the garbage items were for Castle yet, since they were in the back of Escape.
Just missiles. So just mirroring the state, but that's a pretty big item.
Yeah, it's one of the mandatory items, so yeah, it's huge.
I see a Shine Spark here. Oh, okay, good. He did get it. Very good speedrun strats for Worst Room. Using the iframes that are given by using a power bomb. Power bomb, when it's causing damage to things, actually anytime damage is dealt to something. It's very cool to see there.
And thanks to that mirror and the hammer, we have access to East Death Mountain. Should give us another 8 item checks we can do. Plus 2 more if he wants to set up Super Bunny. But he kind of needs bits to do that.
Yeah, yes, that's a good thing to shout out while we have captive eyes. I'm sure you can see in chat. You should, for the next 13 days, as much as streamers and everyone would like to, I think most streamers would actually prefer you to do the exclamation mark charity for bits. Charity is cool.
Kayla doesn't have the small key to get into basement.
You're not messing with that bomb jump. I don't blame him. You lose a lot of time if you fail it.
So, if Moldorm has the small key, the last item's in the basement. Otherwise, the small key is locked by itself. Meanwhile, I'm assuming Elminster's having a good really fight, even if we don't get to see all of it.
That's very interesting. He didn't get grabbed initially, so he bounced off the tail to force himself to be grabbed. It's custom for Caracarn. And 300 rupees for Elm. And a golden 4 down.
And Caracarn is heading back in to get that basement item.
Yeah.
Now that we've seen all the dungeons, we know that we still need to find the bow, the ice rod, the hookshot, and the cane of Somalia in go mode. As well as at least one medallion. So while we have Super Metroid gun mode, we still need a lot of Link to the Past items.
Oh, Elm is,
It's getting a little close.
yeah. Oh, Ice Rod. Required, too. I have to do the Spring Ball maze now.
Pretty rare that we actually have to see when I have to grab this item, just due to the many requirements that tend to be placed in front of actually getting here to begin with.
So very commonly in a, it's almost never a Super Metroid item. And it can be gravity suits, and that's about it. probably be a beam or two, but yeah, for the most part, it is. There's very few Metroid items that can be there because of the amount you need just to get here. Our Musketeer's item is a heart, and again, Elminster's gonna grab that. Just remembering that he has Spacer. Oh no, never mind. He was turning a different item off. Oh my gosh. Oh, he's got a bunch of reserve tanks. Okay. Those dice hit for a lot of damage.
Yep, if you have no suits, they hit for 200.
I found that out the hard way.
With that, we've seen all the Super Metroid items except Shakhtar and the Caracarn area.
See where Elm goes from here to Super Metroid or Zelda. Zelda.
Not surprising unless he wants to go to Caracarn. However, he hasn't done Blue Brinstar yet, so that could be weighing on his mind. Otherwise, he's going to get there with silvers if he goes. But it may be finally time for Flipper checks, which will get him his flute. And speaking of Caracarn, Caracarn is heading in that direction. Down goes Caracarn.
And Elm is doing the logic all. Toot toot.
Now, I don't know if Caracarn had enough rupees to pay the Zora when he came by this way. But there's all the scams that says 500 rupees for a missile pack is not a good trade.
Okay, well, that's good that was no item. Because that would not have worked very well. Oh.
Unfortunately, when you do a short charge, just because you hit blue speed doesn't mean you're running at maximum power.
Correct. Such a nice little intricacy. Short charge does give you the ability to shine spark, but it does not necessarily mean that you're moving at full speed. Quite the opposite. You can be at very little speed in Shine Spark, as it turns out. I think Task and Shine Spark at essentially any distance.
Looks like Rockmile is not holding the goods today.
Well, S3 is not useful at all.
No, you've already killed all the stuff we need to microwave.
Just wait.
Yep, we need that to get into Maya. And since Elminster doesn't have his mirror, he's going to go the long way, Pendant Desert, to get to it. Well, it looks like that desert is boots locked, although since it's a... Actually, no, it's not. We have everything we need to clear it out. The treasure's on the right side of boots locked, but it's on the abandoned dungeon. And Caracarn gets the Moon Pearl.
Finally has it. Both Elm and are missing a different boss. The PowerPoint from Elms is actually probably due to the delay settings we use when restreamed to keep the runners synced. If they lose frames, they'll essentially freeze until they catch up to the current. And that's what is happening.
Let's do this. Reset his way back into Super Metroid. So it's worth pointing out that, you know, other than most of the crystal dungeons, we don't have everything we need to beat them right now, or at least a full clear. Because we could get a significant portion of Swamp done, but we cannot beat it without the hook shot. But actually, we do have what we need to beat Skull Woods now. like there's a high chance that Elminster is going to get his silver arrows. And while I would not be surprised if we see Caracarn take that moon pearl straight to the Dark World. Caracarn has gone to Link to the Past. He's heading straight for the Hype Cave portal. If he goes in, he'll be getting his mitts, as well as a complimentary wave beam. And here we go. His cave with reasonable hype.
I don't actually think we've seen either of these two items here.
I almost still couldn't have gotten K45. Need a mirror for that. But it looks like he didn't miss out on much.
I wonder if there's maybe anything that didn't. Nope.
Now we saw Elminster check dig earlier. It was nothing special. Looks like Elminster might be going for a bottle glitch to do pod, which is a pendant dungeon, but there are a lot of items in there.
And we are kind of in a dry spot for items here. Oh, temper.
Very nice.
You know me.
So at 3 swords. He may have gotten a sword during one of his dropped fame sections that we didn't see.
I'm thinking Elmi is going to pod. Oh no, he doesn't have the mirror, so he'll probably do Eastern first. Never mind. I forget where the mirror. Oh yeah, mirror was in the state. That's not taking a while to get to.
Okay, you got a sword on bumper ledge. We'll have to see if this Eastern dive pays off. You can't complete the dungeon on the account of having no bow. But, you know, for all we know, a bow could be in here, or it could be an item he needs to go to another dungeon. Potentially making this a required double dip. So far, the Eastern play is not paying off. Eastern has not paid off. Entirely sure where Elminster is planning to go.
Pyramid Catfish by the looks of it?
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, Caracarn's gonna finish up Thieves and get his second crystal. Then he'll face the same dilemma that Elminster's facing.
He doesn't have a mirror to do a state with the pyramid here. The steep has the mirror. That kind of hurts that possibility. We'll see though. He might save input after checking the pyramid. We have no idea what it is, but it's not useful. Okay, and Elm is going back somewhere. I have no idea where.
Unsurprisingly, he doesn't want that missile back off of Catfish.
Oh, I see what he's doing. Looks like he's gonna warp to Meridia. Yep. Very interesting routing.
Now Caracarn will do Skull Woods, and he has the fire art, so we can fully clear this place.
Wait, what? There's a speed blots down there? Cool. Didn't know that. Good to know now. So, I think Elm just teleported. He was at the station, and now he's at Shine Spark. Very weird.
He was just checking the behind Batu item during his frames.
Yeah, it's just weird to be zooming around with these jump. The recording on his stream is probably, or his local recording is probably very smooth. But yeah, like I said, with the way that we do delay, he's dropping frames, and those frames are being propped. Link Force is wanting to let us know that mirror is required for Fire Rod, because it is. I'm doing any percent strats. Oh, unfortunately doesn't get it right at the end there. Is going to try to get it here. And does. Oddly, he can't, oh, and going for Spike Suit. He has it. Oh, he lost it.
And anyone asking why it's taking this many hits to kill Mothula, if you knock him into the spikes, it overrides the damage. Because the spikes deal 0 damage to him.
What he said. I think he actually had Spike Suit there, too.
3 crystals for Caracarn. And all Metroid bosses defeated for Elminster, save, of course, Mother Brain.
Looks like he's gonna save and go check Plasma. And if it's nothing, then he's just gonna save and quit. Or sorry, just quit and go back. So you can take the other portal.
Okay, I can't giving us the ped check.
Okay, never mind. I don't know why he did what he did.
It is the Ice Beam.
That's not required at all. Bye, Ice Beam.
Yeah, see ya.
Now where's Elm? Oh, Elm's gonna go check Croco.
The only time I can imagine an optional item would be worth grabbing off the pad would be if we were playing a swordless randomizer and the item was silver. Because silverless hammer Ganon is a nightmare.
I mean, it's essentially impossible, so...
Oh, it's possible, just ridiculous. Horrifying.
Requires 12 frame perfect, hammer hits. Pixel
24.
and frame perfect. Sorry, yeah, 24 frame pixel perfect hits with the hammer. In other words, if you asked any swordless player, it's required. I don't think there's anybody who would actually do swordless silverless Ganon. I mean, they might be able to do it, but it's a waste of time, unfortunately.
It's the kind of trick you'd see, like, one of the really big Link to the Past players, which is Andy do just as like an exhibition kind of deal. A proof of concept, not an actual strategy for a race.
Oh, Screw at Stallbid.
Well, he hasn't gone through Lower Norfair yet, so that'll make certain parts of that easier to deal with. And the Metal Doctor mercilessly takes out Caracarn. Except for the fact that we have a fairy in a bottle. Yeah, even with blue mail, those things hurt. And for those who are unaware, since while the Ice Beam is what the game intends for you to defeat the Metroids and the Turian with, they can be killed by using 3 power bombs.
Caracarn finally going to the mire area. Wonder if he'll do mire or check mire. Probably not. He's probably going to do desert and then dip straight into... Desert's actually a pendant. Maybe not.
Let's quickly let Caracarn get into Misery Mire. We can't do a whole lot in there without boots or hook shot to get past the first room. But you can still check Checkerboard Cave.
Caracarn not even gonna check? GT? Oh yeah, and right, these wall jumps are actually really hard.
Yes, they are.
So he's actually going to not do it. You can, he could defeat GT and then he could maybe defeat GT and then go to and then do like the speed boost like up there, maybe. If he has to, I mean that's a way. I think it's a intended way. I think it's a logical way, possibly.
Yep, you can do that in the logic.
I wasn't sure if it was actually counted in the logic.
He's gonna get the Agina Cave item. And he'll probably continue checking Link to the Past locations as he still has some to go.
And Elminster's a mirror. That's he's really just looking for the bow now. He knows what the fire rod is.
We also need the Cane of Samaria.
Yeah, that's true, and the hook shot. But we're kind of getting to the point where we're closing out. Oh, the short charge. I didn't realize it was a short charge. I thought you had more than enough room. Thank you very much, Link Force.
One of the 0.1 changes. Thank you.
I kind of don't think of Super Metroid logically when I play combo due to the fact that I play regular randomizer. So I just kind of play.
Oh hey, we have both red crystals. It's Pyramid Fairy time. This could be very interesting. This is where the progression is.
Mm-hmm. Almost probably piecing out to the mountain.
In this, we can partially check Swamp. There's the Graveyard Ledge, which I don't recall seeing Caracarn check. We can check three items in Dark Death Mountain. Because we can do Spike Cave. As well as the Bunny Cave. We'll probably see at least the Super Bunny Cave check on Elminster's side, since he hasn't been to East Death Mountain yet.
I think this is our first look at Pod.
See if it's bow locked or not.
It's not. Well, not yet. Elmi's a little bit behind, yeah. Does have Ice Rod from Escape, from Norfair Escape, but that's about his only advantage at the moment.
You also may find an advantage at Super Bunny Cave in the Dark World. Okay, with the Elminster having taken down the Moldorm. Caracarn has what he needs to get to the next set of chests in Pod.
The one thing he did do is he was able to do Ridley without space jump, and it looks like Caracarn may not be confident in space jump lists in Lore and Orfair. It is quite difficult. There are a lot of very precise jumps you have to do.
Hey, the bow!
Oh.
Deep within Pod. Okay, since this is a pendant dive, there's a substantial advantage for Caracarn. There is nothing vanilla about that bow placement. So Elminster will be getting a couple checks now that Caracarn missed. This could get him his Cane of Somalia. Unfortunately, he doesn't find any other value inside of you besides the bow, but the bow is value enough. And Ether is our other medallion we need, so there's one more item we need for go mode. Elminster is going to give us our Spike Cave check. Hopefully the flames will hold out, because this could be an interesting item. It is Bombos, the medallion we do not need. I want to check the accessible part of Eastern earlier, like you. It is interesting to note that Caracarn did not choose to kill Homicide, which means we will not be getting that green pendant check, at least anytime soon.
Sorry for the extended leave. I am, don't seem to have missed much. They're still looking for Hoodshot and Kane. It would be nice to find Charge.
And that one sort of takes out the moth. Getting a little close on the old health meter. But the game doesn't care how many hearts you finish the boss with. One's as good as 20.
Shooting pedestals, don't find ice.
That is our 4th crystal for Caracarn. Now, unfortunately, the bow doesn't unlock anything else after this, so unless you want to go back and kill Helmasar, it's mostly just going to sit there pretty in his inventory for a while.
And he's doing just that.
Now, I wasn't watching the item count closely. I don't know if Helmasar King has an item or not.
I feel like the runners probably are keeping track of that, so I'm guessing he does have an item.
Well, he has a green pendant, so there's that.
Sure.
And he does have an item, because we just saw that you have both the map and compass.
Perfect. So there we go, 2 items on the Mr. Can.
We could be setting ourselves up for a dark future when we go ahead and grab the ice beam anyways, because we have to kill all the pendant bosses.
And Elm is probably doing the same around the Terra did, honestly. And will be in pod shortly after he finds that Pyramid Fairies.
And Caracarn plugs the Homosexual King with a single silver arrow. A shovel! Everyone likes fetch quests, right? Green Pendant just a pack of missiles, but that shovel could be intriguing.
So we're probably gonna shut that right away. But I'm not sure what. So Elm's going back to ice then. Oh, he's throwing a Meridia.
I don't think he has the grapple beam, so it can't be to go check Shack Tool.
Might have grabbed it. You know, you've missed a lot of chat. He does not have it.
No, but if you got that screw attack, you maybe want to go check the plasma beam.
Yeah, that's what's like he's throwing a plasma. What happened to the color palette where?
Sometimes the gods will look strange colors in this.
Oh, yes. Okay, I can't explain that. That's in regular randomized. That's actually in vanilla. The game has limited color palettes. If you flute to Link's house from desert or sometimes from other locations where the ground is a different color than green, the guards actually share their color with the ground. So. Yeah, looks like chat is reconfirming for us. Oh, nothing there. Is he just gonna reset to? Yep.
So while our runners go ahead and check things that other people have already checked, just thought it'd be worth mentioning that if you're seeing this and you think, hey, this looks like also an entire barrel full of fun, you are more than welcome to go ahead and play SMZ3. You can find the website and the Discord linked. And remember, you don't have to race if you're playing this by yourself. Feel free to play it casually if you want. You know, knock out a chunk at a time. Have fun with it. And if you do want to race, there are community races every Sunday and Monday. Sunday at 3, Monday at 9, Eastern afternoon / evening. The community always welcomes new players joining us.
Oh yeah. We are best randomizers community. If you don't know one game, somebody will help you learn it.
Indeed, there are vast resources in the Discord.
I'm sure Elm can see his thing there. And see he doesn't have silvers. I assume he's paying attention to that. But Elm is going to do the Smith chain. Or sorry, he only has one part of it left. They deliver in the chest, and it is unfortunately nothing. Warby Elm going. Oh, checkerboard, right? Oh no, Caracarn. What happened? It's thankfully nothing. You must have pressed A, I guess, at some point? Oh man, I've never seen that before. Pick up a bomb helped. I'm actually not sure if you didn't pick up the chest with the bomb. It is. If it's gonna the chest is gonna be at where's I'm going now? Did he not check bombos his first time here? Perhaps not. Oh yes, because he fluted. He did touch it. At least you didn't flute to 7. Elm is dipping into...
Bo was in pod. To answer the question in chat.
Palace of Darkness. Yeah, I never landed to see any of these items, somehow.
Caracarn's going back to low and north there.
Feels like it's a requirement now. Which it is. It's got the ice rod. We still don't know where the cane or the hood shot. Oh, when did he get the hood shot? I guess that was in the first chest. Wow. The tractor didn't mark it because it was never on screen. Jeez. Well, this puts Elm in a pretty decent spot. Caracarn is using regular missiles for some reason when he can just... He has more than enough supers, and he's screwed a farm. His expertise is not in Super Metroid, though, so... He's fairly good, though, for somebody who, as far as I know, has no real previous experience in Super Metroid. I don't know. I'm sure he has some, but I just don't know what it is. He's gonna do the short charge. That is the easiest way to get up there.
If you have space jump screw attack, that's pretty easy too. Oh, there's Arcana Somalia.
Wow, swamp. I think the only unfortunate part is that I think that's just the next place Caracarn's gonna go. Right? Like, there's not much else you can do.
True. So I guess it's rather fortunate for Elminster that without Ether he can't go to Turtle and look for Bo there. Although Turtle Rock's acquired. So the real question is, does he do Pendant Pod or Pendant Ice in his Bo quest?
He's probably gonna do Misery Mire first, but after that, yes, it will probably be Pod due to the item density. And it's the worst one in the game jump. Very difficult jump. I think the SMZ3 is much better than having to do the tricks with it.
Yes, with that massive collection of power bombs, the Metroids do not stand a chance.
Was that Kingdom Hearts?
Chat is pointing out correctly that Elminster did not grab everything in Swamp. He left the west side, and I know he had at least one of the garbage items, so he's ordered something in there.
Doing the Golden Pirates. Bo is in Pendant Pod in the Turtle Room. The real question is Caracarn gonna try and shot Tool? I'm checking the items in here, hoping to find the bow. Unfortunately, we know the.
No, you still also want that ether medallion. Kind of hard to get in the Turtle Rock without it.
Okay, and we are going through. I mean, we've seen all of this essentially. I mean, we haven't seen the Mire kill, but
And we see some just absolutely brutal tempered sword spin strats to take care of the small eyes. And there goes Vitreous, giving us a key. And I believe that means the cutscene chest will have something.
So now he just has to go to Swamp.
That still has the ice beam,
Which is useless. For us.
If I had to guess what Elminster doing, it's going straight to Hookshot Cave.
Not a bad spot to check. Now, if it has ether for Total Rot, that's going to be a problem.
I mean, he has to clear Total Lock anyways, and Gummo Total Lock isn't that much faster than regular.
Still gonna
Partially
sound
depending
behind.
on the keys. Well, he's certainly not unhappy to see Plasma, although it doesn't mean much without charge at this point.
I think Terra's doing the shut. Nope, never mind. For some reason I thought he was in Meridian.
I think Elminster's done everything up here, unless he orphaned the basement earlier.
He did? Yep. Did he do Hookshot Cave? Or, sorry, the other cave? Oh, this is an interesting...
Yes, he did Spike Cave. And yes, we're seeing Caracarn. He's going to check out the X-ray that he could have checked earlier, but decided not to. This will be our first check of this particular item.
I thought he missed it there for a second. Nope, nothing.
And Elminster gets his well-deserved missile pack. After going through all that work in the basement. Kane and Hookshot were both in Swamp. Oh, and Elminster's taking the portal near pod. bows and pendant pod in the turtle room. So once Elminster gets this, he's just on an ether medallion hunt. And we've seen almost everything. We still have Ice Palace, I believe Graveyard Ledge, and Shack Tool. Oh, and Desert. But we're missing boots to get full clear the items in there.
At this point, Caracarn is probably on the right path.
Now, if he's opening up the swamp, then he's going in there.
Just depends on where that ether is at this point. They're both basically tied.
And that's what it's also worth pointing out that even if we find ether, we're only at 96% go mode, or if you want to go for the more specific number you can, but there is always that chance of a torch seed in Ganon's tower. And now we're going ahead and using the bottle glitch in pod. One area in the game where we allow the use of the bottle glitch.
That is not the bottle glitch. That's not YBA.
There's some other parts of the game though you can mess the camera up with it, and that's the only one that's allowed still. Yes, we definitely don't allow YBA. That'd be crazy. But we only allow this particular glitch because you can get to these chests if you're really good at hovering.
It's the only one that doesn't mess up beyond. It's the only one that has no negative side effects except for removing those guys. That's why it is allowed. There are no other useful clips. The rest will put you out of bounds in some way, shape, or form. No, like any of the camera stops.
Yeah, that's why they're banned in general. Caracarn is electing to go through the left side. So let's get something that Elminster missed. If it's the Ether Medallion, then Caracarn is just taking a huge lead. If not, then it doesn't really matter. Silver's is Billy Mays, although Grapple is also a Blue Brain Star.
And Elminster is piecing out of there. Space Jump.
Ooh.
We know the item at Space Jump, locked location is not required.
That'd been useful if we'd come in here earlier.
Yeah. Sorry, actually, you didn't really help.
I guess you can jump to the terrain a bit faster with it.
And you can corral the Metroids a little if you know what you're doing.
And if he does want to make that check tool chest, it makes it easier. Alright, so the items Elminster missed out on were a super missile pack and space jump, neither of which are vital. Our chat is saying that's basically tied until we see Ether, and I have to agree with that assessment.
And they're both missing a different crystal. Actually, I would say that Elm is technically a little bit ahead because he's done most of Eastern. So he's literally just finishing it up. Well, Caracarn is going to have to full clear Mire unless Ether is found before he goes there. And even then, the key is actually in a spot where some routes will last location it, so in that area. And he gets his cane, and that's very good for him. Spins and dead. So the Elm is actually going to go back and do this boss. I guess he was hoping that Armos had Ether, but that's not the case.
Well, I mean, you know, it's two items. It's a completely reasonable check for him to make in this position. To answer chat, yes, the timers we see on the players are their own personal timers that they look at during the race. The official timer is separate.
I mean, his timer is actually, you know, accurate. It's just parts of the numbers are reversed. People use this weird timer partially as a joke, partially because to you know, at the end of the run they'll have the correct time when they save it all, but you know, during the run it's just better sometimes not to see your time. That is part of the logic behind it. And Elm is going to be disappointed. So I guess we dip ice, because I think that's really the only location that made sense to go to right now. He did get silvers, but he save and quitted because there was no other items of value. All of the items there were optional. Grapple and silvers, so he had a hard reset.
other runners are currently just clearing each other's footsteps right now. I'd like to go and say it's an excellent time to go ahead and follow each of these runners. They're both excellent. They both play excellent games. You should watch them. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to our tracker, Link Force. You're helping us keep this together, keeping us honest.
Oh, Elm is doing left side.
Well, he knows he left those 2 items behind, and at this point, there's not really good locations for him to go. I mean, sure, there's ice, but I'd be hard-pressed to actually call it a good location. Red Cane was in the swamp. The last chest before the boss.
TP is, there are items that are locked there. The reason he is checking swamp before ice is because swamp is on the way to ice. Or can be. If he does ice then swamp, he would lose time checking the locations. So ice in this case is actually the gamble because of the way that you can move in the overworld.
In addition, a full clear of ice does take a substantial quantity of time, as compared to the standard go mode ice that most people like to do. No one has checked Shack Tool, so the Shack Tool dream is still alive. Not Link Force. Can you tell me if we have found both items in Misery Mine?
Wait a second. Did either of our runner check? Yes, they did. Never mind. I thought for some they didn't check items or lumberjack. But they did.
Yeah, it's just a missile pack. Alright, thank you. Thank you for checking that for me.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait. I wish I did that instead of the wait a second that I did.
Now, in theory, these players could steal the desert key and try and get Ether that way. But I don't see that being a play they'll make. So that would put Boots in either Shack Tool or Ice Palace.
Bottles!
Caracarn is loaded for bear. He should not run out of health or magic.
They are both in Ice Palace. Oh no, never mind. Caracarn has still has to do top of death.
there are 9 locations in Ice Palace and 3 items total, so we've seen 1 spot. Hopefully if it's in here, we'll be able to see it. Since we're looking at a full clear of ice, there's no need for Elminster to do the bomb jump trick.
So yeah, I think if it's not here, then we are
going to Shack Tool. Not 100% sure where Caracarn is going right now. Actually, I'm not sure we ever saw Graveyard Lodge.
Search for the ether, that is correct. And Bumper was a sword. We both runners actually picked it up.
Yes, we're gonna get our Graveyard Ledge check. This could be interesting.
Oh!
And there it is!
Why does Link Force know this?
Go mode! There is still a chance Ice Palace could have had the boots, which would be necessary in Ganon's tower, but... Yes, I almost never got the red mail in here.
Yeah, so at this point it's going to be quite difficult. Like, I don't... This could be the next in Elm. Oh yeah, Elm is in... It could be with Elm, chat.
I mean, if Elm is heading up to get to the Graveyard Ledge right now, then he'd still be in this.
He really doesn't like doing pendant dungeons, so... Yeah, that's definitely where he's going.
Yeah, well, many players don't like going to the Graveyard Ledge if they can't combo with doing the boots checks on that area. And even if Elm does this, Caracarn should have a faster Ganon thanks to those silver arrows. Of course, if it turns out that it's a Boots Ganon Tower, all bets are off.
So yeah, there's the Ether, and he'll be headed straight to Turtle Rock. This is actually gonna be purely... There's quite a bit of time to save.
Yeah, there's still enough time for Ganon's tower routing to make a difference.
Elm actually speedruns both of these games, both in both their vanilla versions as well as different ROM hacks. I believe he has a time in Parallel Worlds as well as current world record holder for Secrets of the Past, which is a newer ROM hack for Link to the Past. So the Elm actually is like probably the most balanced skill level of any of the runners in the tournament. Oh, charge on the way! Okay, that actually saves a significant amount of time now. Not significant. It's gonna save about 10 seconds if you do stand-up versus not doing stand-up.
Yeah, without the ice beam, the damage boost isn't versus super missiles isn't as pronounced.
Not as pronounced, but it's still gonna matter. I mean, you don't have super missiles to use in like it's gonna be better to use super missiles in the first phase because they have a lot. They do have wave. They have wave, plasma, and charge now. They do not have ice. We may still find ice in GT.
No, they won't. Because ice is on the pedestal. And we see Caracarn navigating the laser bridge. Yeah, for people asking in chat, asking about the Super Metroid items in Ganon's Tower, Charge Beam, Various Suit, and Gravity Suit cannot be in Ganon's Tower. Nor can you need to get those be locked behind anything in Ganon's tower. Alright, everybody, get your guesses in chat 1 through 22. Where do you think the key will be in Ganon's tower? If you are subscribed to any of the speed gaming channels or have donated at least 250 bits, you are eligible for participation in the leaderboard. Alright, our first two items got an E-tank and some missiles. Item number 3 is a key. Even though we didn't pick it up, it still counts. Big pile nothing for items 4 through 7. But they have item number 9 here in the fire snake room.
Fortunately, no boots to do the bootstrap, but got more than enough help. Was there a key in the first 2 chests?
No. So back to the randomizer room, because you never see this in a normal speed run of Link to the Past. For items 10 through 13. And number 10 is your answer, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, congratulations to Especios. You are our closest guess with your guess of 11.
No boots for us, unless it's up there. Or ice. Ice could be up there too. So
I hope I pronounced your name right because it doesn't have a whole lot of vowels.
So Elm is going to definitely lose time to this is interesting. Elm will definitely lose time in one respect. Oh yeah, ice is on ped. That's correct. Oh, Mad Beam. That's fine.
We see Caracarn whipping at the fire on to deal with the Motorm 2. But it was a nice palace. Unfortunately, that's, you know, not really necessary. It's nowhere near as big an upgrade over Tempered as over Master. Largely because the spins don't do any more damage than the slashes.
Oh,
except to Hinox.
This strat is actually going to really set Elm behind. He is going to lose a substantial amount of time in GT. Doing DP strats.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure he likes to go straight to Ice Armors from here.
Yep. Because this is a specific route through Danet's Tower called Dark Magician, where you do, where you go to the skeleton room, you don't kill the skeletons, you leave, and then you come back, and you go through it later. So that way you don't have to kill the skeletons, which actually takes a little bit of time, and they're kind of an... You can fake powder with powder. That is a thing.
However, the Dark Magician route can really hurt you if the key is in Fire Snake Room or Randomizer Room. Or Fireball Room, for that matter.
Oh, that's a double, I'm actually thinking.
Yeah, those two close together to be a triple.
It's possible. Some weird things happen with Ganon, but... Yeah, it was a double.
Now that's
that was obviously triple.
Alright, a nice just 2-3-1.
Yep, all three or four-ish common routes through GT have a hole in them. Dark Magician is fastest to every chest except for Hope, obviously, like going traditional route, and Ice Armos. The traditional route is slowest to Ice Armos, and the slowest to the right side keys, and then doing right side first to left side to go to Ice Armos. Ice Armos is slowest. So it's as simple as that. Everyone has their weakness. and Elm happened to pick the worst one for this scenario. I mean, yeah, and without silvers, unfortunately, I don't think that any amount of SM execution is going to save Elm here.
It would take some sort of soft lock on Caracarn's part at this point.
Let's not even joke about that.
I'm not joking, I was listing the only legitimate possibility. Like, he could take a Ganon fall and still be okay.
I hate to learn that other strat for clearing out the Mimic room.
The one we make one of them moonwalk away?
Huh?
There's a way to make one of them walk off screen in the first Mimic room.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about. It's funny, because you can see in Randomizer that Mimics do not act properly inside of walls, because you can just watch one of them just like go full, my people need me! If one of them's in the wall in like Dark Cave, like where a bat's supposed to be, and they'll just back up and like go stroll off into the street internally.
Get your 1G in chat for Caracarn. Because the pig is dead, it's off to the Turian. The silvers were in Billy May's room. Elman still had them and a Gapple Beam, but decided that it wasn't worth the time to travel all the way back up to keep them. So he threw them away in order to reset. Alright, now Caracarn has a vast quantity of super missiles. More than in vanilla Super Metroid, for that matter, because we added some extra super missile tanks, just so you don't have to play. Where's the charge beam hunt? But we also have the charge beam with plasma and wave. No, it does not matter which game they end with, although this is the more traditional route.
Reminder that the Zelda 1, Metroid 1 randomizer is not actually a combined randomizer, it's just randomizing 2 games with a script. This game, on the other hand, is actually one ROM. You can put this on a SNES card, and it will work. You could make a repro card of the ROM. It's actually pretty cool. Why you would make a repro card of a randomizer ROM, nobody would ever know. Caracarn, like, actually sitting in the lava with 3 Metroids on him.
But he has 2 suits that don't do too much damage.
Yeah, and he technically wants to lose health on the way to Baby, so... what happened? Oh no!
You might want to do Baby Skip.
He might, but I'm not sure if he knows how. I really think he is actually purposely damaging himself at this point. Oh! Actually, Caracarn has barely enough... Oh, we have Charge Beam. Never mind. If we didn't find that Charge Beam, this would actually be a little spooky for Caracarn.
He has enough... He has like 20 supers worth of regular missiles. And if he knows how to do a Zebetite skip with Speed Booster, we can still do that.
It is interesting, though, that it is... it's actually a little bit of a precarious count there. He's to remove the suits, so it looks like he is looks like he is opting to do baby. Or baby stip stip. Oh yes, one thing is that the item patterns in Ida 2 is not the same in Zelda. Oh, he is doing baby step, never mind. Cool. Oh.
Close.
Still saves time by getting over here, I think.
No, at this point it didn't save any. It actually cost him a small quantity of time.
Oh yeah, I just saw the jumping around. That's why I don't do it. Can't lose time if you never gained it.
If you're facing left, there's an animation where Samus, slowly stands up. Whereas if she's facing right, there is no such sprite, and so the animation goes straight ahead to just her being up.
Oh yeah, no, he doesn't know speeds up. I mean, I don't know it either. So, I mean, barring like ketchup beam disaster. So like the only thing that could really happen here is the weird, really small percentage chance that Mother Brain like shoots a ketchup beam at him at really low health and murders him. Because I've seen that happen. If you don't get down to the health where after the first rainbow beam, Mother Brain can sometimes shoot either like multiple onion rings at you, or a ketchup beam while you're at exactly 100 health, and he will murder you, and you can't do anything about it. Oh, or also a stand-up glitch fail. He did not turn on Varia, that is correct. And we are already at ketchup beam. Yeah, it's still a lot of damage without ice. We're already on rainbow? Oh, wow.
He needs to get damaged a little bit more if he wants to do stand-up.
Yeah, I don't think he's going for that. I think he's playing it safe. See, this is a little... Oh, he has damaging himself down, so he's dead.
Also, while we were talking, Mitchie put a G in chat for Elminster because he got the pig down as well.
Yeah, there's only one last spot where you can soft lock, and that's, I think, if he's shooting a beam at the wrong point here. Didn't hit while he has it on him. It's kind of Muncha S. Yeah, he's done. I think? What's happening? What? Somebody please explain. I've never seen that before. Are we still good? I don't think we're good anymore, chat. Are we good? Oh, hey, we're good, chat. Oh. Caracarn in chat laughing at us all!
Alright, time for the escape. And for those wondering, we will almost certainly see the animal.
No, he won't.
You think he's gonna save him?
No, I said we're not just the animals.
Ah, good point.
Caracarn's winning, and Elm is a Metroid super speedrunner. Oh man, I was so scared there. I thought he soft watched for real. I was like, no way, not like this. We got baby step on the left side. I have seen glitchy stand-up glitch exits, but I've never seen one as late as that.
And we see Elminster go ahead and do the Zeb skip with the speed booster strat, and Caracarn is our winner with an official speed running time of 3 hours, 16 minutes, and 41 seconds. Get your GGs in chat.
Yeah, this was a close race. Speaking of close ones, hey Caracarn.
Hello.
Did you know what you were doing?
Wait, you talking about the soft lock?
Yeah, did you know?
Soft lock? Yeah, I was like, okay, I need to play this safe, and then I did it anyway.
Okay, so you were risking it. I see. I wasn't sure if you were doing that for like the fans or something.
No. I didn't realize I was shooting at the wrong time.
Yeah, I've seen it glitch out before, but I've never seen the Metroid dislodge from someone. So that was a weird one.
I've done that before, and it took like 5 minutes for the lag to clear. Unfortunately, this time it didn't take that. Apparently, it can sometimes take like hours for it to clear.
There's also a way that you can glitch it so that you're stuck with the like baby speed again, like with a failed. There's a way you can fail baby step where you're stuck with baby speed for the rest of the game. And I've seen something similar happen with this scene. So you didn't get any of that. You just had like a minute of terrifying lag.
Yeah, I'm pretty surprised that I won this.
It was pretty close. Like you guys entered. You guys were like right behind each other at one point, and you were just taking two very different paths.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't feel like I played very well. I mean, I made some pretty dumb mistakes, like losing the purple chest.
Yeah, that was a weird one.
I need to not mirror in that spot because I ended up like dropping the chest on top of the portal, and then I just ended up losing it. But But yeah, I guess I made some pretty key plays, like
Pod was
getting,
one of them.
What is like getting the doing pod, getting the bow, getting the mirror. I guess Elm said he got the
One of the things that Elm did was he did a lot of Meridia very early. So he did it out of sequence, like he's clipped into like, oh, I spilled bomber a little, but he clipped into some spots to get through. They gave him the gloves early, but that was about it.
Yeah, I did a lower Norfair out of logic, technically. Well, I'm glad I did, because since Charge Beam was, well, since Plasma was in Hookshot Cave and Charge Beam was in Turtle. Super missiles anyway. It was kind of annoying finding space jump after doing most of Super Metroid.
Same with you did. Elm found SMZ3 almost directly after he did Ridley. I was like, well,
yeah, at least I had screw attack from him.
I mean, Elm is used to this thing, right? Like with all this. I actually was unsure what your experience in Super Metroid was.
And just to interrupt you slightly, Elminster's official speedrunning time is 3 hours, 21 minutes, and 32 seconds.
Hello, Al?
Where am I?
You're in Ether Medallion hunting land.
Still, I thought I did that already.
At least it wasn't at Chatul?
No, that's the one location I don't think we got to see this game.
I actually almost did Shack Tool, but I hadn't selected grapple on my tracker, so it looked like I couldn't do it. So I just skipped it. And it's a good thing I did.
I was leaving. I was gonna leave Shack Tool for absolute last, mostly because
you had to go back and get the grapple.
Yeah, so yeah, that was I reset over grapple because when I did Blue Brinstar, I didn't have anywhere to like chain it into to get back to Zelda, or terrain wasn't an option yet because I hadn't done Dragon, and I didn't have that much ammo anyways. So I didn't find anything crucial at that point, so I just reset.
I think when I left Blue Brinstar, I think I just ended up going all the way to Norfair to get out, which is kind of out of the way, but I ended up keeping Silvers and Grapple. I actually killed Dragon with Grapple since I am bad at Shine Sparking him.
Oh yeah, also Ice Beam was on pedestal, so when I saw that and I had skipped grapple, I was like,
there's no way out of this anymore. Yeah, that was a little.
But yeah, I felt good about the bow play. But then with like, I felt like I did Swamp way too late, yeah, so I felt like I was behind. I mean, obviously, I felt like I was going to be behind against Elminster.
Yeah. What?
I didn't feel good about anything.
the one part is it was really weird for us as chat because your internet was mostly fine until about like the hour and a half, 2 hour mark. And one of the items that we didn't see was you pick up the hook shot. So we saw you continue and then suddenly have the hook shot.
Oh,
so by surprise.
So I was the first one to hook shot then.
Yeah, we saw you like we saw you in the chest room. Like your internet was determined not to show us any of the chests. Just show us that you were there. But yeah, so it was really funny because you suddenly menued and were wielding the hook shot, and it was like, well, that was that first chest.
That's really funny.
And that's where like it evened up, because actually up until that point, it was very far ahead for Caracarn, because that was when he had the bow and we were looking for those 3 items: ether, cane, and hoodshot, and then suddenly Elm had the other 2 items.
I was also missing the mirror for a long time.
Yes.
Which I should have thought to go back to it earlier, but I don't know. Like the thing that should have made me want to do escape more was that the key was in the back, the key was glove locked, and having the lamp and not having the lamp lead to much yet.
Yeah.
Like that mirror was technically glove locked.
Yeah, it was weird because like everything that Elm had sequence broken shortly after Kara had found the item that unsequence broke it in the same sphere. It's like there was never technically an item that we found that we weren't like. It wasn't like it was like multiple like levels deep of sequence breaking. It was always just like, oh, this item was available. So.
Yeah, I felt like that too. Like everything I was doing out of sequence, I would find the item right after. Speed booster was the big one at the start. So I found the flippers, and I don't remember what else I did. But I remember finding
the glove
the flippers.
on the turtle.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. But I'd say the rest of Meridia is where you lost. I feel like you lost a lot of time doing so much of Meridia and getting nothing out of it, except for that glove. So like everything deeper, like everything that you gravity jumped to, felt like it was really out of sequence, and then you didn't get anything from it. So I feel like there was I
felt good about the glove.
Yeah, the glove was great. Yes, yeah.
But yeah, glove, like I knew that was out of sequence, and speed booster would have put both flippers and the glove in sequence. So I figured, okay, well, speed booster's probably got to be somewhere. Maybe it's at Sahasrahla or somewhere I don't feel like walking to right now. So I'll leave it alone. And then I go to wreck ship, and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, it was at the moat the whole time. That makes sense.
So Kara moves on to 3-0, and Elm moves down to 2-1, which meets this a very strange tournament.
There's just not enough rounds for the way they did this, I think. Because if you hit X and 2, you're just out.
No, I think on X and 2 gets through.
No, I don't
No?
think so.
No, there should be 2 5-0s and then 7 4-1s.
So the 2-1 bracket has Ivan, Wesker, Elm, Andy, and Zosti.
And me.
Wow. That is...
And Tataka.
Yeah. It'll have either... it'll have... Soul... It could have Solsti if Solsti loses to Raikou. Yeah, it's a very strange bracket. So, good luck, everyone still in the tournament. It's gonna be... Next week is gonna have a lot of interesting matchups.
Yeah. It's weird, because I'm not worried about anyone, really, but stuff like this can always happen.
Right.
It just doesn't... It's rare for me to experience a seed where so many individual items were in awful spots. Like Hookshot in Swamp, Bow in Pendant Pod, Bow in the back of Pendant Pod, by the way.
Yeah.
Ether at Graveyard Ledge, which the main reason I didn't end up checking it was because I put off Mirror for a long time, and I ended up...
That was the best one!
Well,
Sorry.
I ended up having a lot of other stuff to do.
Yeah, so did Kara. I think it was one of Kara's last locations.
Oh,
Yeah,
also, you know,
it's
not
been
having
good
the
mode.
boots.
Yeah, all seed. This seed
Yeah.
was 3.5 hours almost because no boots.
Not having the boots makes Graveyard Ledge a worse prospect. So,
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
we
it's just
talked
so...
about that during the race.
I don't know. I don't expect to get absolutely ruined like to this extent. In maybe like 99% of seeds. I don't know. I've had some pretty bad seeds in weeklies, but I usually pull through okay. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, the seed was a little wacky. Like, it's a little crazy when you can do like so much of you could do so much of Super Metro, but at the same time you had to abandon a lot of spots throughout like, the seed. It's very weird to watch. It was a good race. Like I said, I mean, you guys were only 4 or 5 minutes apart, and there was a point there right at the end, like when it was really just like who's gonna get Ether first.
Yeah, I thought like maybe Baby Skip was gonna be a difference, or the near soft lock.
Right, yeah. And then El Machio got weird glitchy, no legs, but he did get the really glitchy Samus sprite too. So it was like, oh no.
Oh, that always happens.
Oh, okay. And I've just
Like,
never.
if
I
you-
don't know that.
You it corrects itself if you move, I think.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, it was a really entertaining match. So lots of good movement in both games and just in routing. And
I was really happy with my
Elminster-
execution.
if this was in-game time, Elminster won by 6 minutes.
Yeah, it's because I reset
Yeah.
a lot.
Those that Meridia was probably like it was mainly that I think you reset at Meridia.
I also
Oh,
reset
yeah.
all of Blue Brinstar. I reset something else. I can't remember. Gold Terizo check.
Plasma check.
Croc. Yeah, I reset a ton of locations. So
Thank you very much, guys. We'll cut this here because it's pretty late.
Thank you guys for running, and thank everybody in chat for watching, and Link for tracking. Hope everybody has a good night.
Good night.
Yeah, can I?
night.